The $1.7 billion cash backed by the Obama administration to the Iranian government early in 2016 after the nuclear deal reached the hands of terrorist organizations and militants fighting the United States, the news agency reported. The Washington Times. The paper quoted intelligence sources as saying that Iran had used the money to fund a Hezbollah terrorist group stationed in Lebanon, along with Quds Force, Iran's foreign armed forces and intelligence services, and troops. Houthi is fighting against U.S. forces in Yemen. The money the Obama administration pays to Iran comes from arms purchases in the 1970s and was discovered by Iranian-backed Houthi insurgents in Yemen. American troops, backed by the Yemeni government, fought with the Houthi for many years in the country's long-standing civil war. U.S. intelligence finds that the money that the United States paid to Iran in the hands of terrorists is likely to cause Trump to reverse the Iranian nuclear deal. The agreement was launched by the Obama administration in 2015 under the name of the Joint Comprehensive Plan, in which Iran broke off the international blockade and reimbursed U.S. arms purchases from the 1970s. Some terms restrict the nuclear program. Mr. Trump later vigorously criticized the deal as a bad deal and sending billions of dollars to Iran while knowing that the country supports terrorism was stupid. In January, Trump said the United States had yet to withdraw from the nuclear deal, but criticized the transfer of money to Tehran and warned that Washington would attack the financing that Iran used to feed terrorists. The sudden money flow from the sky that the Iranian regime received from the nuclear deal, valued at over $100 billion, of which $1.8 billion in cash, was not used to help the world live better than Iranians, said Trump on January 12. Instead, it was used as bribes to weapons, terrorism, momentum, and will stow-pocket pressure the leaders of the corrupt regime that. Mr. Trump said the U.S. was fighting the Iranian representative war in Yemen and Syria, and would cut off Iran's financial resources to feed terrorists. We have punished nearly 100 individuals and organizations involved in the Iranian regime's dictatorship program and their unlawful actions, said Trump in 2016. The Obama administration helicopter transferred $1.7 billion in cash to Switzerland, which was then converted to the euro, the Swiss franc and other currencies. The Iranian government then used the aircraft to carry the money to Iran with 3 flights in January and February 2016. The first Iranian flight on January 16, 2004, brought $400 million in freight boxes. The next 2 flights will be on January 22 and February 5, carrying a total of $1.3 billion. In total, Iran received $1.7 billion in cash and used the proceeds for terrorism and representative warfare against the Americans. The first $400 million was transferred to coincide with the Iranian arrest and release of the American hostage, which is similar to the Obama administration's payment of money to Tehran for release, a criticized work. That time, Senator Tom Cotton from Arizona commented, "This has broken the long-standing policy of the United States, hanging a bounty on the Americans, and causing Iran to continue the illegal seizure of U.S. citizens." The Obama administration explained that the transfer of money to the largest terrorist donor in the world was because if it did not, the United States would lose an international lawsuit on the Shah's Iranian government purchase of U.S. arms. In the 1970s, before being overthrown by the Islamic Revolution, money was shunned by the Shah administration for the United States, but the revolution overturned the Iranian monarchy, setting up a harsh Islamic theocratic regime before the United States could hand over the weapon. The Iranian regime then claimed interest in the deal, but the US did not agree and frozen the money. However, according to the Washington Times, the Obama administration's official motive is to use carrots to get Iran to drop its nuclear program and stop supporting Middle East terrorism. Obviously, finding the money to be in the hands of terrorists has proven that the Obama administration's policy is ineffective. Mr. Trump, after taking office, has dramatically changed his policy toward Iran, turning to punishment and putting heavy pressure on terrorist activities. Iran has been linked to many of the deaths of U.S. troops in the Middle East through their terrorist financing. The current Secretary of Defense, James Mattis, is one of the hawks in the Trump administration over Iran. In the recently announced defense strategy, Mattis announced the shift of U.S. focus from counter-terrorism to donor country confrontation. He said that Iran continues to sow the seeds of violence and sustainability is the greatest challenge for Middle East peace.